Let's talk about the gods of Runeterra. In Shurima, we have the Ascended, also known as God Warriors. They were once mortals who went through a ritual involving the Sun Disk, where they basically transcend mortality and turn into those crazy beings. In League, the Ascended include Azir, Nasus, Renekton, and Xerath. Now, Xerath is pretty different from the others because his process went wrong. He had dark magic in his body, and the ritual wasn't even meant for him, it was for Azir. So not only did he destroy the Sun Disk, but he also turned into this pure, arcane magic monstrosity. We also have the Darken, who were Ascended that lost their minds fighting the Void, this ancient thing that existed before the universe and life itself, and now wants to destroy everything. In the middle of their madness, the Darken used blood magic to twist and reshape their own bodies, until eventually, the old aspect of Twilight sealed them inside their own weapons. Now, for them to do anything, someone has to wield them. That person is usually way weaker than the Darken, so the Darken ends up taking over their body. But because the Darken are insanely powerful, that possession doesn't last long. The body eventually breaks down, and the Darken just go back to being a weapon lying on the ground. Darken champions in League are Naafiri, Varus, Aatrox, and Rost. But Rost is kinda different, cause Kayn is just good, so he's actually holding Rost back and fighting him mentally to see who gets control of the body. That's why you've two Kayn evolutions that have completely different builds and playstyles. By the way, Yunara's partner and bestie is a Darken. And since I mentioned the aspect of Twilight, let's talk about the aspects. There's this huge mountain called Mount Targon. When you climb to the top, you can get chosen by a Celestial, which is basically a god from outside of Runeterra. Aspect champs in League are Diana, Leona, Taric, Zoe, and Pantheon. But Pantheon's story is different. The Celestial of War, unlike the others, doesn't just give power to people. He straight up possesses their body, because he thinks mortals aren't worthy. So he took over Atreus' body, got completely wrecked by Aatrox and died. And normally, Celestials are immortals, their body can be destroyed, but they just go back to being a constellation. But Aatrox removed the Pantheon constellation from the sky. But Atreus had such a strong will that he kinda took back control and became a new aspect of war. And speaking of Celestials, in League we've got Bard, Aurelion Sol, and Soraka. None of them represent any aspects. Then we've got the Divine Spirits, which are basically spirits that are so powerful they became gods. Among them are Kindred and Janna, and there are a bunch more hanging out in Freljord. But over there, they go by a different name. They're called demigods. In League, that includes Anivia, Ornn, and Volibear. Also, Aurora is helping a demigod named Hastrir.